Hi, this is Dava Lee with your MoWeek Weekly Update for April the 9th, Week 12. It will go committees and then floor, and this week I have highlighted bills we oppose in red and bills we support in green. That was to make it easier on me and save space, just to be real honest with you. In the House, the Higher Education Workforce Development Committee heard House Bill 3221 by Castile, which would limit or eliminate state funding of low earning degrees. The bill's sponsor could provide little to no data in the hearing, except that there's a list from the Federal Department of Education. He's willing to work with people. We oppose this bill. House Bill 3416 by Bosley is seeking to protect funding for HBCUs, and we support this bill. The Children and Families Committee has been referred Senate Bill 1652 Mosley, which creates an office within the Department of Public Safety to prevent targeting of African American women and girls, so it could get a hearing in the House soon. We support this bill. The Education Committee combined and voted out House Bills 3532 by Pollitt and House Bill 3483 by Prouty, creating a civics education video showing how MoLeg works. We support this bill as it is narrowly written. In the Senate, the Family, Seniors, and Health Committee execed out House Bill 2033 by Schmidt and Senate Bill 861 by Moon. These are the bills that would remove the sunset on the gender affirming care ban, making that ban permanent. The next step is floor debate, and it is now one more step closer to the finish line. We oppose this bill and have opposed every iteration of these bills for at least 5 sessions. The chamber floors were busy this week. In the Senate, they debated and perfected Senate Bill 863 by Bean, which changes the way MSHA is governed. Currently, the board is chosen by people who fall under MSHA's governance, and now they want the governor to appoint the board and give oversight to the Senate. There is a provision in MSHA bylaws that says the board should be diverse to ensure that all parts and aspects of the state are represented, but the people that brought this bill believe that that word diverse is problematic, so they want the governor to appoint. The next step is a vote for the full chamber and to send it to the House. We oppose this bill. Senate Bill 1442 by Hudson is the Senate's version of the Literacy 3 queuing bill and was debated and laid over, presumably for more negotiations and work. We oppose this bill as long as it includes mandatory retention without guardrails. The big news from the Senate was that they voted out House Bill 2061, and this is going to take a minute. There was a Senate bipartisan substitute for that House bill that was worked on by Senator Beck and Senator Weber and presented by Senator Weber on the floor to explain the changes in the bill. This bill was voted on and returned to the House with a unanimous vote of the Senate. Almost immediately, the House discussed the changes and then truly agreed to finally pass the bill 100 to 17. It is on the way to the governor. The changes in the bill include that the negotiations team worked on include local control over applying the IHRA definitions into context for individual districts and entities, so they have some control over how they define anti-Semitic behavior and actions. Discussions of Israel will be treated like discussions of any other country, even if that is critical or negative. And Title VI reportable violations are not limited to anti-Semitism. Amendments on the floor included an addition of the word charter, so this applies to charters and public schools, but not private and parochial. They can do what they want. And an amendment by Senator Moon extending the prohibitions against all discrimination, so everyone is covered. Our initial testimony when this bill came up was informational, because we believe all students should be protected. It moved to opposed as written because we had concerns about definitional issues and implementation aspects. But we support the theory of any anti-discrimination bill. We cannot submit testimony anymore, but we can, if needed, reach out to the governor's office with a position. This bill sat idle for a long time and then went from debate, hey, let's debate the sub on the Senate floor, to, hey, let's send it to the governor in less than 18 hours. Actually, it was 92 minutes of actual public work time and public visibility between Wednesday evening and Thursday morning. So we had no real opportunity. It is a complicated issue with broad impacts and has mixed reactions from our elected leaders on both sides. We will post this information in our Sunday update along with links to the final version and the summary, and ask our membership to weigh in to give us information. So we want your opinion through a brief survey. Looking ahead to next week, in the committees, the House hasn't put anything up that we're concerned about yet. The Senate Education Committee will hear on Tuesday morning at 8 two bills that already have Senate versions on the calendar. House Bill 2896, Misha's governance bill by Brown, and 2872 by Loy, a literacy bill. We oppose both of those bills, as we have stated. They will vote out Haruza's 2404, expanding charters by allowing them to purchase school property and requiring public schools to sell property at a particular timeline. We oppose this bill. House Bill 1757 Shields will expand gifted education by evaluating every Missouri student for giftedness, and we support this bill. The Appropriations Committee now has all the budget bills, and they have hearings all 4 days next week without any indication of order of the bills. So we will do our best. We follow Bill 2, DESE, Bill 3, HEWD, Higher Education, and whatever Senate Bill 2012 governs. When it comes to floor action, the House is still unpredictable because they can move between calendars more easily, but the Senate could debate and perfect, that means amend, by the way, Senate Bill 1085 by Nicola, the ban on social transitioning, which is number 1 on the formal perfection calendar. It could be at the starting gate if they call that calendar. And House Bill 2710, Deal and Trent's A to F accountability bill, and HJR 173, Davidson and Trent, the income tax ballot issue. You can sign up for our LegUps and newsletters at MissouriEquity.com, and you can also sign up to get invited to the weekly meeting. We appreciate your support, and if you would like to, you could donate $26 for our 26 and 2026 campaign by going to our website today, MissouriEquity.com donation. It was a fast week. It's been a long week. Next week will be longer. As Shakespeare said, that time of year thou mayest in us behold, when various bills do languish, then race to be passed as Moleg gets more bold. I think the Cheshire Cat was a little bit more accurate when he said we are all a little bit mad here. So it's time to hold on. We are in the home stretch. As always, thank you for your partnership.